finally, here comes another draw with me. I know it took a while, but here we are. And today we're looking at an animal that is a real animal and found its way into pop culture. So I guess all of you will know it. So this one was a request in the comments of my last video. And of course, here we go. We paint an axolotl. So I first thought of making this video in Spanish because the axolotl is like the national animal of Mexico. A and B, I'm relearning Spanish at the moment, but I rather make this video in English and another one, a short one in Spanish that will follow soon. So here we go. While making this little sketch, I'll tell you something about this awesome animal. A, they look really, really cool, and B, they're really interesting animals for science actually. So they are aquatic salamanders, and they used to be extinct in the wild at some point, but then they found one and now they are only critically endangered. But that, of course, is bad enough. They can only be found in the wild in one lake in Mexico. The name I will show somewhere here because I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry. They used to live in two lakes, but the other lake was drained because of flooding risks. And they also introduced invasive fish species to the other lake. So today there are only around 50 to 1,000 animals left in the wild, which is pretty sad because they're really interesting animals. They are so-called neotenic creatures. So they achieve sexual maturity without losing their larval features like their gills. So now we finished the sketch, which is really, really cute, and we'll start with color. Yay! Axolotls can be found in different colors. Wild ones are most commonly brown or black with specks of gold or olive, but there are other lighter colored axolotls that are more common in animals that have been bred in captivity. So they can be almost white or pink, and I chose a pink one here. I will show you some color variations. Here you see like a really light one with dark gills, and this one is more of the wild color, which is like dark gray. So here I'm coloring in the gills, which they can actually regrow, just like most of their body parts, including jaws, spinal cords, skin, lung tissue, ovaries, and so on. That's what makes them so interesting for science. Another thing that makes them super interesting is their large and easily manipulated embryo that can be used for heart defect studies, and their neural tube closes similar to a human one. Also, they are especially easy to breed in captivity. But why do they look like babies for their entire lives? Well, they are lacking the thyroid stimulating hormone, which is needed for the thyroid to produce another hormone that make other salamanders go through metamorphosis. But if this hormone is introduced from an external source, they will actually grow into a land-living salamander. By the way, I'm using acrylic gouache here, and as you can see, it covers the watercolor background quite well, and the colors are really, really vibrant. I just love them. I hope that I can use them more in the future, in future projects. Even though they dry a little chalk-like, so that might not be for everyone, I really like this texture, and I think it just looks super pretty. So my axolotl got a little flower crown, but actually they're carnivorous. So they eat fish and worms and insects and sometimes even bigger animals, and especially young ones can be cannibalistic. And scientists think that this might be the reason why they are able to regenerate their body parts, because other axolotls will just chomp them off. But other axolotls aren't really the problem here. The problem are humans. They introduced a fish species or several species that could easily grow and feed the population, which in itself wasn't the worst idea, just that they were competing with the animals already living in this lake. Another problem is that there's simply missing water in this lake. So conservation efforts have been made, especially raising the water level and getting rid of the carbs, for example, that were introduced there. So now I started adding the outlines and also added a few white highlights to the flower and to the eyes so that it will look really alive. But I decided I will make it sad because of all the issues it faces in the wild, so it's a little sad axolotl. So this one even has kind of the right dimensions because they are usually around 25 centimeters long in real life. And if you decide to get one as a pet, just please be aware that they need a large enough aquarium and that they can also live up to 25 years. So this is quite a long-term commitment. And with this, we are done. 2 interesting facts to end on. The Minecraft game also has axolotls in them, which were added to increase awareness to their endangerment, and they're also featured on the new design for Mexico's 50 pesos banknote. I also decided to make a digital and happy version of this little cute guy, and you can find it in my Redbubble shop. And I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please let me know, and also let me know which animal you want to see next. Until then, see you, have a great weekend, bye bye!